month in the Netherlands, and even though it was more pleasant conditions there, he was saying that at points he was finding it difficult to breathe. I think he does have, I'm not sure if it's asthma or something along the lines of one of the allergies of some kind. But now he's got the engine up and whirring. He's into his work, and he's the one who finds the first breakthrough. Carl Klein will continue. The other challenge for Scott Edwards with the side that he's selected is that you have to be so cautious of how many of your overs, your assets of those two seamers, two frontline seamers that you're using up early, because you don't want to have, probably won't bowl more than 5 either of these in their opening spells, will they?
Challenge for Scott Edwards.
You wouldn't imagine so at all, because he does have limited options. Yeah, so it does put a real challenge before him in just working out how he manages with the two frontline seamers. What it does mean is that he wants them to make breakthroughs in this power play. He does have limited options. Yeah, so it does put a real...
Manuel Sa, pressure starting to build, 11 consecutive dots he's faced. You'll know that he's not off the mark yet.
Frontline seamers. What it does mean is that he wants them to make breakthroughs in this first, the drums that we're hearing, they actually sound ominous. Yes, it does put a feeling of tension even more to the fore here at the moment. Just knowing that something is going to break, but one of these two needs to get off the mark and just start ticking things over a little.
Edged and put down. It's a dolly. It's as simple as a first catch slip will ever come. Wesley Baracey, the veteran. Oh, he could have caught this twice. It went so gently to him. How has he put this down, Mel?
Well, we've seen a couple of catches go down here in the slips by fielders you wouldn't expect to drop them, but I don't think he'll ever get too many opportunities to take a more simple catch. Here it is again. Good ball, gets the thick edge, comes very slowly, drops down, and ends up just bursting in and out of the hands.
He will get off the mark, Anil Sa. He has a life.
I mean, what would that have meant for Netherlands if they had them down at 21 for 2?
This will hopefully be the drop catch here, Mel. And yeah, it's almost like a catching practice one, isn't it? The one that the coach hits you before the game. Opening the face. Just as simple as they could. It was almost too simple.
And maybe that was it. I don't know. It's amazing, isn't it? We see these players pull off incredible feats in the field, and then the same player will drop one that...
Just as simple as they could. It was almost too simple.
It's come so slowly to him as well. That like, you almost think as though Scott Edwards could have kind of come across and just taken it.
Well, I think he saw that it wasn't actually his catch, technically.
Straight at first slip.
Baracey had it covered.
It should have been taken, but Wesley Baracey drops Anil Sa on 0. Big moment in the game, you sense. These are very, very helpful conditions. You just see there. Just look at the left of the screen here, Mel. You see that massive wet patch on the pitch that we used 2 days ago? I think the intention was always to use this surface for today's game. This is now the 3rd match on this hybrid surface. Both are hybrid surfaces. They can take the volume of cricket. There's no issue. But that will be a concern for 2 days' time, that wet patch. They might have to play a 4th out of 6 games. The initial plan would have been 3 on each. But
on the pitch that we used 2 days ago.
Right around a kind of
the intention was always to use the surface for today's game. This is now the 3rd match on this hybrid surface.
Work
Both
out how one particular patch
gets no issue.
so much wetter than
that got in underneath the covers. They have both roll-on and sheeted covers here.
Out of 6 games, the street round would have been 3
almost like a full day of rain yesterday. 6 overs bowled, 23 for 1. And the Dutch are saying, well, how's it not 22 for 2? Dropped a lot of catches last month too, Mel, in that series that they hosted, which is just not something you would expect from the Dutch side ever. They're usually a very, very good fielding team.
Well, just added to that feeling of, I called them looking a little bit lackluster, and I think that was part of it as well. Just not as intense and focused. Why is that?
Whipped off his pads just as well. If he misses that, he's in trouble, Bim Sharkey. Yeah, for me, Mel, as well, you consider they've looked a little lethargic too. Played a heavy volume of cricket coming into this series domestically. I believe it was 5 matches in a pro series and then 3 top-class games within about 12 or 14 days. So you're kind of playing maybe 8 games in 12 days, something like that. But they've had 4 days off in between these 2 games, or 3 days off, 4 days since the last one. I think a few of the boys played a bit of golf from seeing them enjoying their time. They trained they trained 2 days ago, though. So that again beats the outside edge. So that was during the chase. So Scott Edwards told me they were watching the first innings of the Nepal-Scotland game, but didn't get to watch the second. But just, surprising, because you think of Dutch cricket, you think of impeccably high standards. Well bowled again, Van Meekeren.
Seems to just take Van Meekeren a few balls to kind of warm up. The big man, just get the motor ticking over, but he's certainly found his length now. His line has been sorted.
Down the leg side this time. Sa looks a bit at sea out there, doesn't he? Lateral movement, bit of extra bounce from Van Meekeren. You don't want to say it's a case of when rather than if he gets out, but he's got to find a way to get through this really difficult phase.
Yeah, well, with each dot ball, that pressure's just mounting. Knowing that he's just come back into the side, he's probably got a whole lot of things on his mind. As you say, difficult coming in and trying to make an impact in the last game. If he can just find a way to get the single even.
Well, that was at a catchable height again, wasn't it? But wide of the gully fielder. It's actually a backward point, Zach Lyon Cachet. If there was a gully in, might have been interesting. Gets a second single.
Actually missed that previous ball was actually a wide from Van Meekeren. But he's creating just a few problems for Sa. Can he create them for Sharkey? Sharkey's already got an equal with Sa. Ooh, extra bounce.
Dramatic bounce. Yeah, Bim Sharkey was trying to channel his inner Joe Root there, wasn't he, to get it up and over. But this has really flown, hasn't it? Extra zip, much more like it, more pace from Van Meekeren.
Yeah, that extra pace. If it's going to be short, we've seen quite a few bowlers in this series not have the pace of Van Meekeren, and when they've tried to bowl short, it's been really far too easy to put away, especially with the wind assistance. But that was a very good bouncer from Van Meekeren.
Chipped in the air. It's a good shot. Brave shot as well. Because he easily could have just chipped this up to Kyle Klein. It's very long up to that corner, 77 metres, so they'll get an easy 3 as the running between the wickets continues to be good. For Nepal, it's very difficult, isn't it, to talk about what they would like as a total, as a target right now, because there's so much cricket to be played.